Hi, morning. So today I'm going to go ahead and continue to work on trying to put together some sort of, you know, this is a what I do on this show, what I do on the stream is that I go ahead and I work on, math problems every morning. So it's like a daily math training. And today we're working with order of operations. I'm not going to spend too much time with it, like talking, but I just want to make sure that if you're interested in, contacting me and focusing on, you know, uh, working with me as a, like as like a guide, figuring things out and stuff like that. You can always set up, a group chat, which is pretty much, let me see, I can bring it up here. So always go ahead and contact me at 718-255-9095. That's my community number. That's where you'll get the latest information from me. The phone number is mine. It's no one else's organizing that phone number. I usually will post like daily things that's unlisted that allows me to to stay aware of the people who are listening and what they're doing, and if I'm doing anything that they're interested in, and you can ask any questions without having to have the information on the stream here. I know that most people don't like the comments being on. I might turn the comments off, preferably because of the fact that it's much better to go ahead and work, with answering, talking to people who actually want to listen and not anybody else. So anyway, let's go ahead and start the conversation. All right, so what we got here, -5, and we have -5 plus 7 times 9. We have pendus. So 7 times 9 is 63, plus 5. 5, -5 over here would be the 63 to 60 to 58. And so that'll be 58. Next one. Next one we have is we have -1 over -1, and then we have -7 times 7 plus it's 9. We will start off with pendus again, and we will put that over here, and okay, so we don't have any exponents. We're going to do a multiplication first. So we have the multiplication right here. So, negative, times positive will always give you a negative. So this will be -49. And then we say plus 9. So that's will be, let's say 61. I think 61. I believe so. No. 69, 59. Is it? All right, now I can't, now I'm having problems. Let me just quickly move this up here. 58. Okay. All right, so we have that. And it's 58. Negative. It would be negative. Oh, wait. If -49 plus 9 would actually go down. So we would actually end up with 40. So we're not doing that. And then we have, well, that actually, no. We do the -40, we get to the 8. And then the next thing we do is we do multiplication on this side. So we have 9 times 1 over -1. I think this is -1 over -1 is a positive 1. I feel that that's what that is. I don't know if that's actually good. Yeah, it is. So anything divided, a negative divided by negative is a positive, right? So then 9 times 1 is 9. So we end up with 9 over here and 49 over here. And now we can add that, which brings us to negative 40. Okay, so the next thing is you have this -4 plus -8. So now we have this, since this parentheses only has one variable in it, I think what we would do is we would actually would times the negative times that, would give us a negative, you times a positive into the negative and to get like -8. That's kind of like how that works. I would like to know how that actually like works deeper. But -4 minus -8 is it goes up, meaning that if we're on a graph, you know, -4 minus 8 would be going backwards. So it would be -12. And then we times, +1 times -12 will end up with -12. Yeah. And here's the next one. So we have 4 minus 3 minus 2 minus square. So this would basically be something like this. So that's the exponent's piece. Because we have a expression inside the parentheses and we're squaring it, we need to use another formula. It's called FOIL, which is like first, outer, inner, and last. So what happens is that first I'm going to multiply these two numbers to get 9. And then we're going to multiply the outer numbers to get -6. And we're going to multiply the inner numbers and you're going to get -6. And then you're going to multiply the last numbers, which is -2 and -2 would be a +4. -6 times -6. I like to do at the beginning. I like to do the middle first. So that would basically be -12. Why is it not? Is it not working? Oh, because I'm in, okay, -12 like that. And then we say +4, and then we say 9. So then we do a 9 minus 12, because after we get this numbers here, once we get this numbers here, once we finish the FOIL, then we can do PENDUS, which is get rid of that, get rid of that. You don't have that. We don't have this. We add it first. So we'll add is -6 to 4, which would give us -2, and then we have -6 here too, and then we do subtraction. So we could subtract from this side. We say 9 minus 6 is 3, and then we say 3 minus 2 is 1. Now that was just this number. So after we do all of that, now that's done. Now we have 4 minus 1, right? And we'll say, and just to make sure that people are paying attention, we have a +1 inside here, and we have this. This is exactly how it is. Then we minus that. Negative times negative would be a -1, because we have to multiply that number inside there, and it leaves us with 3. Okay. Now we have the next one, where we have -5 plus 7 times 1 minus 5. And then what we do is, once we do all of this, we could start off with PENDUS again. So we'll say PENDUS again. We start off with the parentheses. So inside here, we have a whole set of different operations going on. We have addition, we have multiplication. So when we go into the dependence, we start off with the function again, looking for the first operations to do, which will be multiplication. So we'll do 7 times 1 is 7. So I usually like to make another parentheses and then do that. And then after I do that, then we can once we finish the parentheses, put that there, -5, 4. This would be 2. This would be +2, right? Because -5 plus 7 is 2. Then we have -9 here, -5 here, because we're going to go back out of the parentheses. You can even look at it like this, where we, like that. So now we have that. So the next thing would be is to do appendix for this expression, and that's -9 times 5, which would be -45, because we always start with that since we don't have any parentheses, we don't have any exponents. Well, we do have this one. This only has a single expression in it. It doesn't have anything, so that's done. And then we have here is M, and then that's D and S. So you do this. You say +2 minus 5, and you would say, since it's a negative and this is a positive, we're gonna take away 3 and go back into, if we have negative, if a -45 balance and we have plus +2, that's what we end up with. Okay, next one. All right, so here we have 63 and over 9 inside parentheses plus -7. If we look at our appendix, we would start with inside the parentheses, right? And what we do is we say 7, and I jump to that automatically because we know 9 times 7 equals 63. You know, so if you take this 63 and you put it at the bottom like this, let's see if I could do this right. Yeah, and then you put this over here. You know, you can see that we get, that's what I'm looking at. So after a while, you start seeing these numbers play out like that. So that'll be it. The next thing we'll do is we'll say -7 plus 7. So what happens here is that this is cool because these is like they cancel each other out. So -7 plus 7 is 0. It's like you paid your debts. Okay. Cool. Next one is we have 136 over -10 minus 7, like that. And this is kind of interesting because if we use PEMDAS, right? If we use PEMDAS and PEMDAS is parentheses, we don't have any exponents. We don't even do any multiplication. We do have division though. We have 136 over -10 minus 7. If you think like me, you would know that these numbers down here are smaller than the numbers up here. That means that the number we're going to get is going to be a whole number, meaning this number is greater than 1. Okay, it's greater than 1. So that means to me that if we want to subtract these numbers, we would have to do something first. It's kind of weird, right? Because it's division. The division looks like it needs to go first because of the fact that, you know, that's the order of operations, but we can't divide yet because we have a subtraction over here. So this is like more of those like challenging questions for me. So what I would do is I would say -10 minus 7. I would just go ahead and start, you know, dividing it. Because like, let's go ahead and make it smaller. Let's say, for instance, let's say it was 6 over 2, right? 6 over 2 is like 6 halves, right? We'll leave us with 3. 3 times 2 is 6. So we know that works. But now, let's say we want to say, let's say we said 6 over 1 plus 1. Well, 1 plus 1 is 2, and you have order of operations like PEMDAS, right? Does PEMDAS works here? We have to do the division comes before addition, right? Well, here I'm going to assume that each expression has its own PEMDAS, meaning that its own PEMDAS runs first. So first we do this. So we have here, so we say 10 minus 7 would be 17. And then we would have 136 over negative 17. And then we could do, how many times is 136 going 17? Well, we could start off by erasing all of this nonsense. We say negative 17 plus negative 17 plus negative 17 plus negative 17 plus negative 17, which is 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 35. And you put the 35 up here, and then you have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's 85. Negative 85. Okay, so that makes you know that. I'm going to add another negative 35. And we're going to get 12, 8, 9, 10. It's 102 right there. We put another 17. It's 9, 11. We put another 17. And we will get 16. This is 11, 12, 13, and 36. Yep, there we go. So I just added 17 a whole bunch of times. I think that way everybody will be able to see what I'm doing. So we add 17 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, we would get 136. So that means 8 times 17 it will be 36, or 8 times negative 17 would be negative 136. That means over here that negative 17 goes into 136 8 times. Then we don't have the 8 doesn't become a negative, mainly because of some reason that I know it could be negative, because a negative times a negative is a positive. So I think that makes it, that's one way I can remember. I remember that law. Negative times negative is a positive. So now that we have that, now that we have that particular, now we can go ahead and we can look at this expression now like this, 136 over negative 17, like that. Because this is actually what we're seeing. The parentheses that goes first, because this has to have the parentheses downstairs. So we'll just say negative 8. There we go. So make sure you pay attention to those type of rules and understanding, because it's very difficult when you're trying to learn something new. Sometimes I believe that if you move slowly into a better form of yourself, that you tend to have a better shot at seeing how to solve the problem. When I was younger, I wouldn't be able to kind of do that. I would kind of just keep trying to do it and make mistakes, but not pay attention to the mistakes that I'm actually trying to make. If that makes much sense. I don't know if that makes much sense to me. I'm just trying to make sure that I pay attention to all of the possibilities of the problem before I try to answer it. This way, if the answer is correct, I can use that same format again. But if the answer was wrong, then I don't have to use the other problems before. This is one of the things that I think is great when it comes down to understanding learning. So you take an answer, you take an idea, you assess the idea with some sort of rules and responsibilities, of what will actually happen if you're correct and if you're not correct. And then you take a chance. Whatever works, you keep. Whatever doesn't work, you reject. And then you come up with a whole new set of hypotheses and stuff. So that's one of the things that is really good to kind of pay attention to. I think I'm out of time, so I'm going to stop. Thanks a lot for listening, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Hey, 19 minutes. That's right. See, 19 minutes. Thanks a lot. Take care.